Dr. Sonam Singh, Dr. Lakshmi is there, Dr. Tanya Agrawal. Welcome all of you, dear delegates. Thank you for being so punctual.
Punctuality reminds me of Dr. S.N. Pandey, sir.
Dr. S.N. Pandey from GSV Medical College. He was our head of the department, but he was very punctual. Very, very punctual. Dr. Aparna, Dr. A.K. Srivastav, good morning, sir. Dr. Siddiqui, Dr. Deepti Shastri, ma'am, welcome. Dr. Ashish, wishing you a wonderful day ahead. Dr. Uma Maheshwari, good morning, ma'am. Dr. Shilpa.
Good morning, Dr. Punita and all other delegates.
Thank you so much.
I'm Dr. Sneh Agarwal.
Good morning, Dr. Sneh.
Yeah.
I hope everybody is enjoying.
Of course.
The conference. Good morning, Dr. Sneh.
Good morning. Good morning, Dr. Jain, Dr. Kaveri.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Okay, good morning. And Dr. Yogesh has joined.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning, Dr. Yogesh. Wishing you a wonderful session.
Thank you.
We all are anxiously waiting for you to begin the session. We'll just wait for another 2 minutes. And then I will just give a brief for the day today. I just was waiting for other people to join so that they also come to know what is the program, though the program has been floated on the WhatsApp groups. So before I hand over the mic to Dr. Kaveri, just want to briefly tell you the day's program. We have a guest lecture of Dr. Yogesh from JIPMER Pondicherry. He is going to talk about the technologies and the art of illustrations in anatomy. And after that, we are going to begin with the oral presentations. We have 3 different sessions and there are various rooms where probably 8 rooms and different sessions will be going in these 8 rooms. And this goes for 3 sessions of 1 hour each. There is a lunch in between, lunch break. And after lunch, we have another 2 sessions of poster presentations. Similarly, we have tomorrow also. In the morning, we have guest lecture from Dr. Sudha Shishayan. She is the Vice Chancellor of Tamil Nadu University. And we have poster and oral presentations as today. So, wishing you a wonderful day ahead. I hope all of you enjoy the program. And I now hand over the mic to Dr. Kaveri to begin the session.
Good morning, ma'am. Just give us few moments. morning, everyone here.
Good morning.
We are sorting out some technical issues. I've arrived just now. Just give us a few moments. It's a request. Only
non-stop 20 मिनट का प्यार म्यूजिक लगातार only on 104.8
Okay, so once again, a beautiful morning to everyone here. So let's begin our today's session, which is a guest lecture on technology and the art of anatomy illustrations. And this topic will be delivered by Dr. Yogesh. Dr. Alka will be moderating the session. Dr. Alka is a professor and head in the Department of Anatomy in Autonomous State Medical College, Ayodhya. Ma'am is a positive thinker and a devotee faculty to the field of anatomy and have initiated several programs to the department and made a contribution. And she has established the Anatomical Society at the MIMS and even published a student journal. So we welcome you, ma'am, and you will be moderating the session. And now I kindly request you to introduce to our chairpersons.
Thank you, Dr. Kaveri. Am I visible and audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are.
Okay, thank you. First of all, I would like to congratulate the organizing team of 68th NATCON of ASI for organizing such an excellent conference on the online platform. And also, I would like to thank them for giving me the opportunity to be the part and parcel of this grand academic feast. It is my privilege to welcome our eminent guest speaker, Dr. Yogesh Ashok Sontake sir, who will deliver the guest lecture on the topic, Technology and the Art of Anatomy Illustration. And our learned chairpersons are the Dr. Kalpana Ramachandran, Dr. Sneh Agrawal, and Dr. Sanjeev Kumar Jain. Now I would like to introduce our chairpersons one by one. Dr. Kalpana Ramchandran, MS, DNB, FAMER Fellow, ACME, FRCS Glasgow. She is the Professor and Head of Anatomy at Sri Ramchandran Institute of Higher Education and Research Center, Chennai. Please move the slide. She is the National Coordinator for NAPTL, that is National Program for Technology Enhanced Learning, DTH Medicine Anatomy, Swam Prabha project, conducted by IIT Madras under MHRD, Government of India. She has been awarded the MCI and MC recognized one-year academic course in medical education called as ACME in 2015. She has even been conferred with FRCS Glasgow by Royal College of Physicians and Surgeons, Glasgow, United Kingdom in August 2020. She is the National Editorial Board member in National Journal of Clinical Anatomy. She has published numerous papers in national and international journals in anatomy and medical education, has organized and conducted many CME and workshops in anatomy and medical education technologies. She is the PhD guide in anatomy and medical education. Welcome you, ma'am. Now I would like to introduce Dr. Sneh Agrawal, our next chairperson. She is MBBS MS, FIMSA, PDHHM, Director, Professor and Head, Department of Anatomy, Lady Hardinge Medical College, New Delhi. She has graduated and post-graduated from Lady Hardinge Medical College, New Delhi itself. She has more than 70 publications in national and international journals. She has been invited as subject expert in various national and international conferences. She was invited as expert panelist for multidisciplinary panel session on pelvic floor and anorectal problems, live multidisciplinary team organized by Cleveland Clinic, Florida, USA, at the 31st International Colorectal Disease Symposium held on 25th to 28th February 2020 at Jerusalem. She delivered a talk on ethical issues in e-learning at the Avicon 2020 organized by the Department of Anatomy, Tirthankar Mahavir Medical College under the aegis of UP Chapter ASI on 9th July 2020. She is actively involved in membership programs for the undergraduate MBBS students at Lady Hardinge Medical College. She has conducted various activities to promote body donation awareness in the society for the cause of medical education and research, body donation awareness workshops for the volunteers of NGOs like the Diti Dedan Samiti, Public Forum, etc. I again welcome you, ma'am. Now I would like to introduce our next chairperson, Dr. Sanjeev Kumar, MBBS MS. He is Professor and Head, Department of Anatomy and Vice Principal in Tirthankar Mahavir Medical College and Regional Center, Moradabad. He has more than 25 years of teaching experience. He is the Chairman, College Research Committee, Chairman, Research Publication Committee, and he is the Member Secretary, UG Academic Committee at Tirthankar Mahavir Medical College and Regional Center, Tirthankar Mahavir University, Moradabad. He is the Editor-in-Chief of University Medical Research Journal, Acta Medica International, and International Journal Index in Dodge and Embase, member of Editorial Board of Journal of Anatomical Society of India. He is the peer reviewer of various national and international journals, more than 70 publications in national and international journals. He is the subject expert in various selection committees for the selection of faculty members. He has even organized the Avicon 2020 and IVA 2021 and has chaired many scientific sessions at various conferences. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you.
Now I would like to, thank you, sir. Now I would like to hand over this session to our chairperson, Dr. Sneh Agrawal ma'am to introduce our guest speaker. To Sneh Agrawal ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Kaveri. It's my proud privilege to introduce our guest speaker of the day, Dr. Yogesh Sontake. And at the outset, I would like to thank the Department of Anatomy organizing team from KGMU for giving me this opportunity to be a part of 68th NATCON of Anatomical Society of India. Introducing Dr. Yogesh Sontake. He is currently working as additional professor at the Department of Anatomy, Academic Center, Jawaharlal Institute of Postgraduate Medical Education and Research. He is a very able anatomist, very eminent anatomist, academician, and a researcher par excellence. He's been working on various research projects and grants. He is an expert in Adobe Illustrator software for drawing medical illustrations, which he is going to share with all of us today. He has worked on various projects, especially involving immunohistochemistry and confocal microscopy-based projects in his research and other works. He has published more than 50 articles in various prestigious journals of anatomy. And he's published and authored a number of books of anatomy, including various fields of anatomy. To name a few most popular ones are the Textbook of Human Histology, Textbook of Human Embryology, and brought out the second edition, Textbook of Human Anatomy, Volume 1 to 4, which are already published, and Volume 5 and 6 are in publication. Principles of Clinical Genetics, again, second edition, Principles of Histological Techniques, Immunohistochemistry and Microscopy, and finally, Principles of Scientific Writing. So we welcome you, Dr. Yogesh, and I would invite you to deliver your talk and enlighten all of us with the technology and its use in the art of illustrations in anatomy. Dr. Yogesh.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for such a wonderful introduction. I am not that much great, just a simple like others, nothing else. Thank you so much. I feel that I should share the screen now.
It has already stopped. You can start your presentation.
Yes. I am sharing the screen now. Hope so the screen is visible, ma'am, now?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay. So thanks for inviting me for this talk today, this technology and art of anatomy illustration. I am especially thankful to Professor Punita Manik, Professor Anita Rani, Professor Jyoti Chopra, Professor Rakesh Kumar Verma, Professor Garima Sehgal, and entire Department of Anatomy, King's George Medical University, UP Lucknow, for organizing this wonderful event. And I'm also thankful for the ASI for organizing this conference and giving me an opportunity to share the views on the topic. This technology and art of anatomy illustration is continuously revolving and changing due to many aspects. When we see the human curiosity has no boundaries, and the journey of the anatomy illustration is an example for that one. What is exactly do you mean by the illustration? Illustration is the decoration, interpretation, or visual explanation of the text, concept, or the process designed for integration in print and a digital media. We are continuously using these illustrations in the field of anatomy. The historical journey of evolution of anatomy illustration is interesting. Illustrations are, as we know, the integral part of modern day anatomical text. But this anatomy illustrations art is continuously revolving since we see the history of the famous persons like Aristotle, Da Vinci, the Vesalius, and Nater, and still it is revolving continuously. The Aristotle wrote his book on papyrus scrolls the common writing media of that era. What is this papyrus? This is the material similar to the thick paper used in ancient time as a writing surface. It is made from the pith of the plant. This is one ancient papyrus scroll, which is now kept for the demonstration. It is the 4,500 years old. And when we come to the Leonardo da Vinci.
Yogesh sir, can I interrupt you for a moment? Sir, we cannot see the slides here.
Okay, okay. Now is it visible?
No, sir.
Okay. Once again, I will share.
Yes, sir. Yes, now.
Okay. I think that PowerPoint presentation is having some issues always, so I will go with this directly, like this one only. That will be better.
Okay, 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 sir.
Leonardo da Vinci has created more than 750 drawings of the cadavers in late 1480. In spite of the lot of criticism against his dissections and against his methodology, the most important thing, he has introduced the line drawings without the background. That we have to understand. And nowadays, what students need is the line diagram without the background. But for the understanding, we need the 3D illustrations also. The another very prominent in the anatomy illustration is the Anti-Vesalius. He is the author of one of the most influential book on anatomy, that is the Humani Corpus Fabrica Labra. He is called as the father of the modern anatomy, and these were the illustrations shown by him. The another prominent figure is the Frank Henry Natter. He has produced nearly 4,000 illustrations. The figure itself indicates a lot, and this is the signature what he used to put on his illustration. I feel that he is the father of modern anatomy illustration, and the inspiration behind my illustration is the Natter. This is one illustration what he has drawn. What he used to say, the Natter used to say, draw what we can't see, watch what we have never done, never been done, and tell thousands about it without saying a single word. These illustrations need not have any explanation. The illustration itself explains everything. Frank Natter, actually I was curious how he has drawn his illustration. So he used variety of the media for medical illustrations. He preferred opaque for this watercolor and gouache paints. He used to draw the illustrations using number 2 pencil and a keen tracing paper. He used illustration boards, particularly prepared by the Vatman company, which are hot press illustration board. But nowadays these illustration boards are very rare to get, so the Crescent company is producing another type of illustration boards. He used porcelain paints, a weight brush, and at the end he used to put the signature. What I feel, when we draw some diagram and when we complete it, and at the end when we see it, it gives an immense pleasure what we have created. So something new we have created, we have added in the current literature. So that happiness is the main thing. History of the printing also is revolving, and due to the print media or due to the electronic media revolution, the illustrations are also changing. The oldest known surviving printed work, a wood block, is there available as a Buddhist scripture of 684 AD. It is exhibited in the Calligraphy Museum of the Tokyo. The first paper mill was started in Spain in 1120. This printing enabled the mass production of the books and a rapid dissemination of the knowledge throughout the Europe and later throughout the world. We all know that since our childhood, we have seen some typewriter, cyclostyles, photocopy machines, still they are in use. Initially, there was only monocolor printing, and later it was replaced by the 4-color printing, or fully now a 6-color printing, 16 colors printings are also available. The evolution in the printing is revolving the anatomy illustrations. Initially, the artist used to write a newspaper or the book, and that had a very huge demand in the Europe and other countries. Then the printing media came, the wooden prints came. After that one, the iron media came. And nowadays, very huge quantity of the offset print machines are available, and Delhi and Bangalore, these are the 2 Indian cities which are the hub for the printing. This anatomy illustrations, As we know that I have learned, there are few anatomists I remember who are excellent in drawing and teaching. They were using chalk and board. So chalk and board teaching is the most beautiful teaching to teach how to draw the diagram to the students. So I remember Dr. C.K. Shukla, ex-dean of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru Memorial Medical College, Raipur, and Dr. S.D. Joshi from SAMES, Indore. So they were using chalk and board, and I have learned their techniques, their way of the teaching, how they used to draw the diagrams. This rapidly developing technology has changed the art of the drawing. Computer, software, hardware are now available and mostly replace the conventional drawing of the anatomy illustrations. What path actually the anatomy illustration is following? This pencil drawing. Initially, people used to draw only with the pencil. Then line illustrations came in the print version. Then shaded illustrations came. After that one, colored line illustrations and colored shaded illustrations started coming. I think so. Again, screen sharing has stopped.
Yes, sir. Now we can see it.
Yes. This anatomy illustrations again further evolved. After that one, 2D illustrations came. Then these 2D illustrations were converted into 2D animated illustrations. If we see, there is one group of the artists working with the Disney, and when we see the Tom and Jerry used to be a simple animations that were 2D animations. Now Tom and Jerry is also coming in the 3D animations. Like that one, anatomy illustrations are also revolving. So 3D illustrations started, and then 3D animated illustrations came in picture. Then after that one, over a period, virtual reality illustrations started. Then furtherward, it progressed to the augmented reality illustration. See, I am not talking only illustrations in the books. I am talking about the illustrations in all the media, like virtual reality illustrations, because virtual reality is one different field, but it requires illustrations. So how they are created, that we can see. See, the illustrations are segmented into two different zones. One is the raster images or the raster illustrations, and another is the vector illustrations. What exactly do you mean by raster and a vector? Raster or the bitmap illustrations are composed of the pixels, small dots, pixels. Usually, when we enlarge such images, they pixelate, we will see small blocks. So that images are the raster images. But there are certain advantages of the raster images. They are easy to make. N number of colors we can use. We can use more shading in that one. So another type of illustration is the vector illustration. So the vector illustrations consist of shapes, curves, lines, and texts rather than shades. So they are having particular value. Each dot is having particular value. When we enlarge that dot, or when we enlarge that image, the dot value will enhance. And that's why the vector images, the vector illustrations do not pixelate. They will have the clarity even after the enlargements. So that is one thing. Second is, after few years, suppose one illustrations I have drawn, and after 2 years, 3 years, if I want to modify, I can easily modify it. But raster images, we cannot modify that much. There are certain limitations. So vector illustrations are nowadays replacing entire raster illustrations. So coming to the 2D illustration software, there are certain softwares which we can use for the raster images. It may be confusing, raster and vector. Simple language, I can say one photograph, whatever we are capturing with the mobile, that we can say it is a raster image. And whatever we are drawing lines using some pen tool in the software is a vector image. If we enlarge that line, it don't pixelate, or it don't get blurred. But images we get, they becomes blur. So that is the simple definition, raster and vector. Raster image, it will blur after enhancement or enlargement, and vector image, it don't get blurred. So raster illustrations can be drawn using the Photoshop, Mac Paint, Paintbrush, and Painter. These are the certain softwares which we can use for 2D illustrations. See, the concept should be clear. it looks a 3D, but actually it is 2D. What is the difference between 2D and 3D illustrations? We have to understand. 2D illustrations are drawn on flat paper. We cannot rotate it. Suppose this is the mouse and that we want to rotate. Only if this surface is visible, though this surface is visible, though some text is there. But we cannot rotate in 2D illustration. It is a flat image. But 3D illustrations, we can rotate this mouse whatever in the direction we want. So that is the difference between 2D and 3D illustration. 2D illustrations may have the depth, may have fake depth. That means visual impact of the 3 dimension can be created using 2D illustrations, but we cannot rotate the model. So vector illustrations can be drawn, 2D vector illustrations can be drawn using the Adobe Illustrator, Freehand, MacDraw, Expression, and n number of softwares are available. Raster and vector, both images can be combinedly drawn using the Canvas or CorelDRAW. Out of these three, Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, and CorelDRAW are currently in use, means it is largely in use. When we come to the other softwares that everybody, all of us, we use in day-to-day life is the Microsoft Office, Microsoft PowerPoint, and Office Note. I have seen people creating beautiful illustrations using the Microsoft PowerPoint also. Coming to the 3D illustration software. This 3D illustration software, these are something different than the 2D illustration software. This 3D illustration software, such as the Autodesk 3ds Max, this we can create the models that we can rotate, and in the virtual reality or mixed virtual reality, these models are useful. Nowadays, these models are coming with softwares. Even in the tablet and mobile, we have the softwares by we can use the 3D illustrations. Many times we see the video in the YouTube and other places that model is rotating, but how that model is created, that we have to understand. I am not concerned about that app. I am concerned about the modeling, the illustration of that brain or the heart which is there. So this Autodesk 3ds Max is the software which we use purposefully for these 3D animations, but there are many other softwares. This software currently architect people are using for constructing the building models, but for anatomy or the medical illustrations, we are using the another software. We are using the another software, that is Autodesk Maya. This Autodesk Maya is a professional software. Here we can create the illustrations and we can give the shape. See, this is the one example how they are developing the heart, actually 3D heart. And this 3D heart, the blood vessels, we can increase the length, we can give the depth to the blood vessels, and we can rotate the model. So now I think so the concept is clear. 2D illustrations may have the fake depth which cannot be movable, but 3D models can be rotated, they can be dissected out. Even this modeling technique can permit us to create the interior also. We can give the different textures also to this one. Other softwares are also available. One is the Rhino, one is the Blender, one is the ZBrush. So there are different types of the softwares available. So coming to the illustrations in the virtual reality. What is exactly meant by the virtual reality? It is the simulated experience that can be similar to or completely different from the real world. For these 3D illustrations, we may need a head-mount display. Here one person is visualizing something, and there is no limit of the softwares and the illustrations. But still, as an anatomist, we are the people who can enter in this zone and who can create lot of illustrations. The 3D model illustrations can be created in the software like Autodesk or Maya, and that latter can be converted into the virtual reality using the mobile app or the web app. So there is another reality also called as the mixed reality. Here in the previous slide, we have seen this is the virtual reality. Here the person is dissociated from the existing world and he will see using this gear something different which is non-existing. But in the mixed reality, the person is sitting, I am sitting here, you are sitting there, and in between us, there will be a model that is called as the mixed reality. And this has created the virtual cadavers. If two students are standing, one is standing on the right and one is standing on the left, in between them, one cadaver can appear, and that is called as the mixed reality. For the mixed reality also, we need some devices to wear, like a HoloLens. The Microsoft has created a HoloLens. I was working with them in 2017. HoloLens, we have created the model for them. So this is one illustration which is showing the virtual reality. See here, the people are seeing, different people are seeing the same model from the different direction. It is a Holo Anatomy app, and they are wearing one goggle, and that is nothing but the HoloLens, Microsoft HoloLens. This HoloLens nowadays coming with the many modifications also. One, some hand bound some devices may be there. This can be used for the simulation in the cricket also, in the badminton, in the table tennis. One single player can play the badminton using these softwares. So that in the gaming zone, when we go in the mall, we can see that gaming zone. But same thing can be implemented in the dissection hall or in the field of the anatomy. Why I am concerned? I am not concerned with the medical, this mixed reality. I am concerned with the creation of the illustration for the mixed reality. Just see how the world is revolving. Once upon a time, Leonardo da Vinci has created the illustrations using simple pencil. And now we are creating the virtual reality illustrations, which are non-existing, which cannot be seen, just using the softwares. So anatomist and the surgeon, these two people have a huge knowledge of real structures in the human body, so they can be the best illustrator in the world. So this is about the mixed reality and the use of the software in the mixed reality. This is another example of the mixed reality. See, one man is there in the hall, and cupboards and other things are visible behind that person. It is just a virtual image in that one. That image can be labeled, and we can see that image by walking here and there. We can see from the right, we can see from the left, we can see from the front. Even one single organ, when we click, it will enlarge. Like this one, the heart can come out of that one and it can beat. So this beating heart, how it beats, this is nothing but a virtual reality. No need of the book, no need of anything. Only wear one goggle or that HoloLens and it will be sufficient. We can see even the interior of that organ. Beating heart interior also can be seen in this figure. And the flowing blood vessel, this deoxygenated blood and oxygenated blood, that concepts also can be taught using these illustrations. I am not saying that immediately implement all these things, but this is the future. This is going to be the future of anatomy illustrations. Coming to the augmented reality. This augmented reality is the enhanced version of the real physical world. In a few Hollywood movies, we have seen that actor is wearing some specs and he is watching one person and he can scan the entire building. He can say how many floors are there in that building, on which floor the office is there. He can visualize what is behind the wall. Actually, that is nothing but the augmented reality. The augmented reality starts with the camera equipped device. Through that camera, the person will focus that camera on that particular object, and that seen object will be analyzed using the AR software or augmented reality software. Rather than going in detail, we will see here, there is one paper or one sheet, and on that sheet one figure is there. Okay, so this is the internal ear, and how it is there, we need one device. Actually, camera equipped device is required. See, this person is using one tablet or mobile and he is focusing on that device. The device will detect what image is there and he will analyze. The device will analyze the image, and after analyzing the image, it will give you the 3D solution, labels, parts, what are the parts seen in that image. So this is called as the augmented reality. What is there in the real? We are augmenting the experience. So that is called the augmented reality. So these are the anatomy illustrations. Before going in the further topic, I want to say few things here. See, I am not using many softwares. I am using a single software, that is the Adobe Illustrator. There, I told there are n number of possibility, n number of softwares. I got inspired by one movie of the Akshay Kumar. In that movie, he want to learn the technique of the martial art, and his master said, "You get mastery in only one technique, and that technique will defend you in entire world." So I got inspired. There are a lot of softwares. I learn only one software. I first search which is the best software for the anatomy illustrations in the world, and I got the answer, that is the Adobe Illustrator. So I started learning that one on my own, and I got expertise after a lot of difficulties. Till date, I have created 2,500 anatomy illustrations which got published or printed. So these are the few anatomy illustrations. See, this is the 2D illustration. It may have the look of the 3D, it may have the depth. So all this depth and other things which we can give it within the Adobe Illustrator software. So these are the few anatomy illustrations which I have created. Simple line diagrams also we can create. We can create big diagrams, 3D diagrams also, and these are the vector images. What do you mean by the vector? If we enlarge these images, nothing is going to happen. The clarity will be same as it is. So using this one, we can draw even the histology diagram. This is the eyelid section, or we can draw the skull, we can draw the muscle, we can draw the glands, anything, whatever you are seeing. Mostly the things what you are seeing in our books, they are drawn using the Adobe Illustrator. Okay, so these are the two softwares which are commonly in use. One is the Adobe Illustrator and one is the Adobe Photoshop. These two softwares are currently used by the medical illustrators or anatomy illustrators. So drawing using the mouse is difficult because the flow of the mouse is different and the flow of the hardware is different. So I'm using this Wacom Cintiq hardware. So this Wacom Cintiq is the hardware which I'm using, and for that one this pen is coming, and I'm using drawing all this software drawings using this hardware. Actually, there are another hardwares also available. One is the Apple iPad Pro with the pencil. One is the Huion Pro XP 360 Pavilion laptop is coming with the pen that can be used. Microsoft Surface Pro is also coming. So there are a lot of hardwares, but I feel that Huion and Wacom Cintiq, these are the best softwares because they give the feel like a paper. The paper feel should be there to draw it with the pencil. Then only we can have best movement of the hands in that one. So this is the software Adobe Illustrator what I am using. When we see, this is the software window. After opening the software, this window can be seen, and here we can click to create a new file of this Adobe Illustrator. After creating, we can select the desired size of the paper, that is the A4 print version, and we can create the new file. So after creating this one, we can see some panels here. I'm going to demonstrate one drawing of the diagram. I think so time is there. So I will show one demonstration how I am drawing this illustration. When we see the panel here, some toolbars are there, or the weapons or tools are there. This upside there is a menu bar, and on the one side there is the property panel, and in between that this zone is called as the document window. So these are the things which can be seen after opening the Adobe Illustration. These are my books, certain books that you people are aware. Now this is the time for the live demonstration. See how I am drawing any illustration. Before the drawing illustration, I will try to see that same picture or same bone in the reality. Then I will try to draw a simple line diagram using paper and pencil. This paper and pencil drawn image, I will capture it with the mobile phone and I will import it into the computer. So first step, draw the line diagram illustration and then import it in the software. Okay, so this is the this is that line diagram that I have imported here in the Adobe Illustrator. Okay, I think so. This Adobe Illustrator is not visible. I will share now the another software that is it visible?
Yes, sir. Now we can
Now I think so. Now the software is visible. See, this is the software called Adobe Illustrator software. And this Adobe Illustrator software, I have already opened one file and I have created one that what I have shown in the PowerPoint. Same clavicle I have imported here. And now how to draw that clavicle? See, there are n number of tools. It is very difficult to teach in 10 minutes this one, but just for the learning purpose, I am going to show the demonstration. See, I am using now the hardware also, and this is the use of the hardware which we can move. Hand tool is there. I will tell the name of the tools also. See, this is the one line I have already kept drawn. Once I select this line, the line properties will be copied. The line is of red color with the thickness of 1 point. And after that one, I will start drawing the diagram with the pencil tool. This is the pencil tool what I have selected, and we can draw. Nothing to worry. If you are not able to draw it properly, hand may be shaky, nothing to worry. You just keep on drawing the diagram. After drawing the diagram, we can change the shape n number of times. We can modify them. If hands are shaky, there may be no smoothness, nothing to worry. That smoothness will come later. So I feel so. This is the thing that I have drawn. So if you feel that it is not smooth, we have smoothing tool also. So this smoothing tool will smoothing will be there after movement of that one. See here, I feel so this is sufficient for this demonstration. Now here some articular facet is there. To draw that articular facet, see, I am drawing another line. This side also I am drawing another line. So to match exactly what I am going to do, I am going to copy this one and I am bringing it downside. Just selected and drawn it. While drawing, while copying, I am using the copy tool, and this is copied now. This is the same image that we have copied. There is the one tool called as the Pathfinder in this panel. This is the tool panel, and in this tool panel, we have to select the Pathfinder tool and we have to divide this one. What is going to happen? You just see now this edges has gone outside the image, and now the image is dissected out into the 3 parts. And I am ungrouping this because this is one part. I will show you. This is the one part. This is the another part, and this is the third part. Now you can see there are the 3 parts of the image. Okay. So now we have to fill the color in this image. So the same image, suppose I have copied it here. This is the one part. These are the 3 parts of the image. And out of that one, I am selecting now the articular surfaces. And in that articular surfaces, I am filling one color, hyaline cartilage color, bluish color. And the remaining bone I am selecting and I am filling the bone color. So this is the way how we can use this Adobe Illustrator. I'm going in little bit details. Please give me some time. So what are these one? These are the color panels. See, once I started writing a book, the entire book should have one color panel. When we see the books, the muscle color will be same throughout the book. The bone color will be same throughout the book. So that is called as the standard colors. So for the standard color, we have swatches. We have one part here called swatches. We can standardize these swatches according to the use, but rather than that one, I am keeping this raw file here like this one. See, this is the raw thing, and these colors I am going to use for the muscle, for lining the muscle, for shading the muscle, and for drawing the tendon. These colors, these are the colors which I am using for the bones. This is the bone color, this is the cartilage color, cartilage shading, and these are the colors which I am going to use for the muscle bone shading. Then this is the artery color, vein color, nerve color, vein color, ligament color. So this panel I am using that one. Then nervous tissue, this is I am using for the brain and the spinal cord. And this is my signature. So this panel, I am keeping it ready for drawing all illustrations, and I'm using these illustrations. Sometimes we may need to modify according to the requirement, that we can do it as per the requirement. After filling this one, now we have to start shading the things actually. So coming to the shading of this one, see, this is the cartilage, same cartilage, and this color, this is the, I'm using the dropper. So to pick the color, I have picked one color, and now I am going to shade this zone of the cartilage to increase the depth. Before shading, we need to draw, we need to think what is the line of the light. Actually, I feel that the light is coming in this direction. The light is coming in this direction from upside down. Okay, so line is coming like this one. So now to shade this one, what I have done, I have selected the bone, already drawn bone. So this is the way how I select, and I am going to lock. So the image will not interfere now during my shading. So I have locked the background, everything now. You just see, this is the way. So using the pencil tool, again, I am drawing here one shape to shade the thing, to enhance and to give the depth. So this is the one thing. This is another thing. Here, the border may have some depth. So like this one I have drawn, this is the border color. So I'm making it fill color. It may be little bit, time is less, so I'm moving it little bit faster. But you just think what we can do using this software, and be confident. If I can do, you can do, anybody can do it. It is only the matter of time. So I have selected now the white color to highlight the portion which will be highlighted using the light. These portions will be highlighted with the white color or the light. So after that one, I am selecting this one, and I am just giving blur effect. So there are a lot of effects, more than 200 effects are available. So I am giving one blur effect to this one, and this blurring will be there. After that one, I am going to reduce the opacity of this blur so that background and the colors will merge. So this is the way how we can give the depth to the same thing. So same things, we can entirely decorate the bone like this one. This is the entire decoration of the bone using the various colors. So here I have decorated the bone. I will select all colors or shadings and I will group them. Before that one, the background image should be locked. Once we lock the background image, then we can select the entire shading. This shading we have to decide, we have to think which shade should be coming on which side. The borders will be darker, the middle portion, I told the light is coming from this side. The light is coming from this side. So this zone will be lighter and this front zone will be little bit more darker. This zone will be more darker because it is far away from the light. So the highlights and the light we have to select first. After selecting this one, I am going to apply again the Gaussian blur and just applying the Gaussian blur here. And I am going to reduce the opacity to 40% approximately. See, now the shades are there and the bone is ready. So this is the way how we shade the bone. Further words, we can even apply more details, finer details. See here, some finer details I am going to add. Again, I will blur that finer effects also. So the finer effects you can apply and you can reduce the, again, opacity. Reduction of opacity is always important to make it merge with the background. Otherwise, that highlights will be coming out of the bone. So this is the way how we are drawing the clavicle. I think so. This demonstration is sufficient because of the time lag. So this is the final output of the bone, what we are getting. We can go in further details also. But while giving the details, it depends for what purpose you are drawing these illustrations. So illustrations, I am drawing these illustrations for my book. So in the book, as per the print media, more finer details than this one in Indian books cannot be printed. For Atlas, the print media is different. For the textbooks, the print media is different. For the Atlas purpose, we can give more and more details. So it is the matter of time. So you have seen that this clavicle, it needs at least 1 hour to 2 hours of the drawing. This is the simple bone. Other complicated bone requires 6 hours, 8 hours. The ovary diagram, it has taken 18 hours, the maximum time consumed by the ovary. And it is the 18-hour histology of the ovary, because lot of nuclei were there, and I used to draw a single nucleus without copying the same nuclei. I was not flowing. Most of the illustrators, they just copy the nucleus and they float here and there. It will not give the natural appearance. If you want a natural appearance, each and every detail you have to draw with your hand. So this is the one illustrations. This is another illustrations that I want to show. See, these are the eyes, and this is the light shadow. This is also the Adobe Illustrator. You just see, these are nothing but the shades that we have given. These are the shades that we have given. So this is the way, and it is layered by layer, structured by structure. See, these eyebrows are there. So it requires a time. It is not the matter of 1 minute. It requires a patience. That's all about my session. I feel so I have covered in the given topic. Jai Hind. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Yogesh, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Yogesh, sir, for the mesmerizing presentation. It is really worth watching this presentation. I would add my comments in the last, but first of all, it was such a nice presentation. I could not hold myself before the chairperson. But according to the protocol, I would first like to request our chairperson to give their expert comments, and if any query they have, I would ask Dr. Kalpana Ramchandran ma'am. Ma'am, please give your expert comments and questions if you have any.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are.
A very good morning to all the senior faculties and delegates. I take this opportunity to congratulate Professor Punitha ma'am and the entire organizing team of KGMU for the well-organized CME of NATCON, and my sincere thanks for making me a part of this academic feast. I would like to congratulate Professor Yogesh for his excellent presentation, and this has paved way for exploring totally new dimensions of anatomy illustrations. So this will make our teaching much more interesting, informative, and illustrative for our students. I have some questions for Professor Yogesh. Is there an animated version of this Adobe Illustrator?
No,
Is there an animated version of this Adobe Illustrator? You have demonstrated Adobe Illustrator.
Yes.
So is there an animated version of this Adobe Illustrator?
Actually, I'm not getting exactly the question. I feel so. This Adobe Illustrator can be used for drawing the diagrams, and which can be later used for animation. I would like to show one more thing. Actually, what I am doing it actually using this one. Sorry, I am again. I should not do it, but I feel so. It is worth to see. Actually, you just see, this is the illustration. These are the diagrams that I am drawing using 2-3 software combination. It is not the combination of one software. This diagram initially I have drawn in the Adobe Illustrator, and then I have imported in another software like Premiere Pro, and I have utilized this one. So these are the line diagrams, and this work is going on. I am creating now more than 1,000 illustrations of this type. So this is the head fold and the tail fold of the embryo. So this Adobe Illustrator can be utilized further way like this one. Hope so, ma'am. This is the.
Can I ask? Yes. Can I ask you one more question, if I'm permitted?
Please. Time is.
Okay. Can we use a Samsung tablet for this?
Yes, ma'am. Any tablet can be used. Only the thing, it should be compatible. Actually, this Adobe Illustrator is a very huge software. Means right now I am using this MacBook Pro. Even if MacBook Air we use, it will destroy the software hardware. That much big software, we cannot open the files. File size maybe 300 MB, 400 MB, one file size. So once we open that file, our device will not be able to run that files actually. So that is the reason there are lower versions, lighter versions also available, and that lighter versions can be used in tablet. So this is only one small issue because file size are bigger one. So this Samsung tablet, it is having some apps which can duplicate the computer screen in that tablet, and that way we can use it. We can't run Adobe Illustrator directly in Samsung tablet, but the computer screen can be duplicated, and using that tablet, we can use the pen and the tablet, and we can draw it there. That is possible.
Okay, one more last question.
Please.
You talked about the 3D modeling software. No, I just want to know if you have any experience on the Tinkercad, no, 3D
Yes,
modeling software.
I know the Maya software, 3ds Maya, this Autodesk Maya. I am not that much expert in that one. When I started working with the Microsoft HoloLens, the team I was working, but the reality is that $400 the specs cost actually, and the number of the people who are having that spec is very less. So it requires a device actually, and the device available in the market with the audience is very less. So, and it requires a huge effort to create the model. Once I put the effort, and if there is no user, then how I will work? So output is less from that one. That's why I have stopped using that one. But the same software is used for our dissection. The tables are coming now, dissection computerized dissection table. So that same this Maya software only they are using to create the dissection table animations. Actually, they are nothing but the animation. They are nothing but the 3D models, what we are seeing in the dissection table. But I have experience. I am not expert in that one. I have learned, and I just focus, like I told, from movie I got inspired. I have to focus only on one skill right now. Once I get satisfied, I will move to another skill.
Thank you so much, Dr. Yogesh, for your presentation. It was very excellent.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Kalpana Ramchandran, ma'am. Now I would request Dr. Sneh Agrawal, ma'am, if you have any query or would like to give your expert comments, please.
Thank you, Dr. Alka. Indeed, Dr. Yogesh Sontake he has really opened a Pandora's box for all anatomists. They can start learning and start exploring, the use of technology. Excellent. And for me, it was an eye-opener. But for both senior and junior anatomists, I think it's equally available tool, and they can really explore it to whatever extent they want. It was really astonishing, as you said, right from the history, from line diagrams, and coming till augmented reality. And and I want to know, these virtual dissection tables like Anatomite and all, these are what? Mixed reality or augmented reality? What tool? What level of this illustration is that?
It is just a mixed reality table. We are seeing actually augmented reality means we need to scan something. Like we are walking on the road and we are seeing one shop. What is there inside the shop? So that is augmented reality. But these tables are nothing but the mixed reality. We are standing together and we are seeing it. Instead of wearing the HoloLens, they have given it there inside the table.
Okay, all right, that's true.
And please.
Yeah, no, and all these softwares and all these are for purchase.
Yes, ma'am. These are
all of them.
These are absolutely for purchase. for our teachers and university faculties and teachers and students, these are at a lower cost. It will cost this Adobe Illustrator 1,600 entire package, 1,600 rupees per month for all their softwares. It includes Adobe Premiere Pro, Adobe Photoshop, then Adobe Illustrator. Lot of softwares, 20-30 softwares are there with them, and they are actually costly. But if you are more interested, we can invest, and we can spend it.
Yeah. And would it be right to say that even if you're using these tools and softwares, the basic knowledge of anatomy and its, different aspects is still required? Because as you said, you can only reproduce what you already know or you have seen or studied. Right? So for young anatomists, that would be a take-home message also.
Yeah, I'm starting with the paper and pencil only.
Yes.
That is must.
Very good, really.
Thank you.
Excellent presentation.
Thank you, Dr. Sneha Agrawal, ma'am. Now I would request our next chairperson, Dr. Sanjeev Kumar Jain, sir, to kindly give your expert comments and the queries if you have, please put forward.
Thank you, Dr. Alka, for very nice introduction. Before you started the lecture by Dr. Yogesh. And first of all, I would like to thank the team KGMU for inviting me as a chairperson. And I am really fascinated to see the art of Dr. Yogesh, that how beautifully just by pencil diagram is started, and later on he took it to another level. Sir, I am really mesmerized seeing the art of yours, although it is with the help of the software. We would like to meet you and would like to learn, and if it is of any for young students for preparing any book like that. So it's a really very nice lecture which I have ever heard in any conference. Well, thanks you. Thanks to all.
Thank you, Dr. Sanjeev Kumar Jain, sir. Now, actually, there were a few questions. Everybody is appreciating, sir. Questions are few, but most of them have been answered. But still, I would like to present before you from the chat box. One question was, where from we get the Adobe Illustrator?
Adobe Illustrator, they have their website. We can go on their website, log in, and then we can buy it there. It is available on their website.
Okay. And the illustrations that you draw, how to save them?
How to save them? Okay, like Command S, we can save them as a, there are different formats, actually 5 formats. One is AI format. AI format, once we save, we can re-edit that one. Or simple, we can save it as JPEG, TIFF, or PNG images. PNG, JPEG, TIFF, these are useful for our publications. Nowadays, whenever I am sending the article for publication, I am using JPEG images in that one.
Okay. So another question was how to get the software and what is the cost? Already just now you answered that rupees 1,600 per month. So would you like to add something more? How to get the software and what's the cost?
I feel so. If you are interested, please see YouTube videos before going in buying the software. There is trial version also. You just take some trial version. They may ask the credit card details. That time you give that one, and later on you can cancel your subscription. You try it for 1 month, 15 days, 1 month. Even you can buy it for 1 month, 2 months. If you find it is useful, then you can try. One small thing I want to say, you see, happiness is the most important thing. What another person is doing, that need not to be done. You should be happy. If you are interested in drawing, then you draw and enjoy the drawing. I am enjoying it actually.
Very
So
rightly said.
that is my take home away message. If I am writing book, that means entire world should not write book. Yeah, I am feeling happy by writing. I am feeling happy by drawing. So happiness is more important. You do whatever you feel happy, make you happy, you do that things.
Yes, sir. Very rightly said,
True,
sir.
absolutely true.
Yes. To say, but this is the,
Yes, sir. So another question is there any open source available?
uh, in Facebook, you may get some links. They are selling it in 500,000 rupees one-time purchase without update. But as they are selling it, we can buy it. I feel so. There is nothing wrong in that one, because what authenticity, it is up to them. We are paying to them and we are buying it through them. So I feel so we can buy it, that also. Rather than paying monthly 1,600, we can buy one time 800. Facebook links are available there, but genuineness, I don't know of that one. But still, it is given on the Facebook, we can buy.
Okay. And sir, can the pictures be enlarged? What pictures you drew? You told
Yes.
that in vector, the difference between the raster and the vector. So already this question, I think it can be enlarged, but vector would blur, and but the this raster will blur, but the vector will not blur.
Yes.
So they can be enlarged. The one question
Yes.
was this: can they be enlarged?
Yes.
Okay, sir. So the another one important interesting question was, can we use the software in interactive panel discussion?
No, I'm not getting exactly the question, this one.
So one question was,
No, question I
can we
got, but
use these softwares in interactive panel discussions?
no, that's only I am not able to answer this question, because question is okay, that grammatically I can understand, but how to use it, I don't have the answer for this one.
Okay,
Sorry
I
for
would
that.
suggest, actually, I was not able to see who has asked this question. They can put this question to and we can answer this. You can answer this later on the WhatsApp group.
Yes, sure.
We will put
I
it
want
forward
some
to you,
details.
the complete question and the your answer. And many people have asked for your email ID, sir.
Email ID is Dr. Yogesh AS, Dr. DRYOGESH @gmail.com.
And many people are expecting for a future 3D workshop.
I can say one thing, because organizing workshop, I can attend only 15 participants maximum. I have organized in Jipmer for our faculty 2 workshops I have taken, but more than 15 handling at a time is very difficult, and organizing means lot of pressure will be on me. So what I advise, the people who are interested, they can call me. It will be 1-day program for me, but once it comes as organizing, selecting 15 people will also be difficult. Another thing, organizing means I will have to spend 6-7 days every time, 4-5 days. You know better than me how much organizing anything requires the time. So best way, you can call me at your institute. I will come for 1 day, morning 9 to 4:30. I will give the basic training. That
Okay.
is the best solution.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Sir, there are many questions coming up. We will post the questions to you so that you can answer them. And the people are also asking for the email ID again. We would ask them, the organizers, to post them your email ID as well.
I will put it in the chat box.
Okay, yeah, and that will be fine, sir. In the end, now I would like to thank Dr. Yogesh Sontake once again for such a nice presentation, and would like to summarize his talk. His presentation was really worth saying. One picture is worth more than 1,000 words. The representation of the anatomy topic has a useful illustration as an important domain. Drawing and anatomy illustration is an art. With the advent of science and technology, the methods of anatomy illustrations are evolving at a very high speed. The print version began with black and white illustrations with difficult block preparations for the printing. Computerization and modernization of the print version and availability of drawing hardware have changed many concepts about the illustration. Black and white figure replaced the colored line diagrams with flat 2D illustrations, which have fake depth as told. They are not movable. Further, they can change to colored illustrations with depth acquiring on shading. Vector illustrations are more clear and suitable for enlargement than the raster, as told that raster has pixel and they blur on enlarging, whereas the vector, they don't blur on enlarging. The vector software are from CorelDRAW to Adobe Illustrations for print versions and Autodesk 3D Max and Autodesk Maya software, what sir was telling that he has used for 3D modeling. In creation of any anatomy illustration, it follows the path as selection. This was very important. In creation of any anatomy illustration, it follows the path as selection of a suitable illustration, drawing a line illustration with paper and pencil, transferring the line illustration into electronic format, selection of color combination, selection of direction of light, and then shading the illustration to enhance the depth. And he supported, as we also saw with live demonstration, how to do this actually. And he told how from pencil drawing to line illustration to shading illustration, then color shading, then 2D. We developed gradually from 2D to 3D and then 3D illustrations, finally virtual reality, and then augmented reality illustrations have come up. So we are advancing day by day, and our young anatomists need to upgrade themselves with these new techniques, because according to the what I found by this, now I would take the opportunity to say this, that by your presentations, I came to this conclusion that our young anatomists need to, not for writing books, they need to update themselves with these illustration methods for presenting the CBME in a more better way. If we get equipped with this technique, the anatomy illustrations for according to the new curriculum can be taught very nicely, what I feel. But senior anatomists are there, their expert comments are more important than me. So this was my thought. And now I would like to thank everybody. First of all, Yogesh, you, because you presented such a mesmerizing presentation. We all gained a lot from this. And then I would like to thank our chairpersons, Dr. Kalpana Ramchandran ma'am, Dr. Sneh Agrawal ma'am, Dr. S.K. Jain sir, for sparing the time and being giving your expert comments, and to the organizing team for giving us such a nice opportunity to be the part of this nice session, such learning experience, and all the delegates, because without them, no conference or CME is worth. So thank you, everybody. Now I hand over this to Dr. Kaveri for further session. Thank you everyone once again.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everyone, for being with us. Indeed, it was a very wonderful presentation, sir. Now, at last, with pride and joy, I would like to present the certificate of appreciation to Dr. Yogesh, to Dr. Kalpana, Dr. Sneha, Dr. Sanjeev, and Dr. Alka. Thank you so much. It was a very wonderful experience with all of you. Thank you. Thank you once again. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Now, very soon, we are beginning our next event of the day, that is the scientific session. We'll begin with the oral presentation. You all are requested to join the link which has been shared to you. Thank you. And there will be different rooms. As the rooms has been assigned to you, there are different breakout rooms to which you have to join according to your schedule. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Most welcome.
Hello. Yes, I could unmute. Yes, please. Thank you. Join.
Good morning, everyone. Am I audible? You can raise your hands to let me know. Am I audible to all the people in the meeting? If I am, I would just request I would just request you all to focus on the 4 boxes displayed on the main screen. There are 4 small boxes. These are the options for the breakout rooms. Please click on those boxes. There is a display on the screen showing you the sessions that are being conducted in each of these rooms. For example, room number 1, we have a session on anthropology. Room number 2, we have a session on gross anatomy. Room number 3, we have a session on gross anatomy. So you all are requested to click on the 4 box icon, select the room where you wish to see the presentations, and please join the specific room. If you continue to stay in the meeting, you will not be able to watch the scientific sessions. You will have to enter any one of the rooms of your choice. Please do that. Thank you so much. All the participants in the main meeting are requested to click on the 4 box icon and select a room of their choice and join that specific room.
Hello everyone. Scientific session is in process in different rooms in this meeting. So you are requested to join the meeting using the breakout rooms icon on your Zoom screen. And then you will be allowed to select the screen wherever you want to join. So please check the schedule with the video displayed on the screen and then join the room accordingly. You are requested to join different rooms so that you can view the different scientific sessions. The scientific sessions are on the topic of physical anthropology, gross anatomy, and physical anthropology, applied anatomy. Please join accordingly, and you will be delighted to see the works from the different scholars. So I request you all to join the respect rooms. If you are not able to join the room, kindly message in the chat box. I will help you out to select your room so that you don't miss the golden presentations from various scholars. Thank you so much. Dear delegates, everyone who is not able to join breakout rooms, can you please see on your laptop, you will find out breakout rooms options with the icon like this, with having 99 plus. So you will just see 4 boxes and breakout rooms icon, and this icon will be used to move to the breakout rooms. Please click this icon on your laptop screen or on your phone. On your cell phone, you will find it on the top left side of the screen, and on the laptop, you will find it on the bottom. So please use this icon to move to different rooms. And if you can still not join to any room, please just message on the chat box. We will respond you.